All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for heat number one. Bill Calder and Mayor Bixler have the front row. John Rayner, Greg Boydell on the second row. Kelly Wheeler rounds out the field for heat one. Everybody getting stacked up on pit road, ready to go. Nice to see Bill Calder out in the dirt racing world, and be interesting to see how he does. He didn't get very many practice laps in, but he starts on the pole. Could he get the heat win here tonight? As we have seen all season long, man, these heats do get exciting, but when we get to that feature, things get really dicey, and every time we come to Eldora, they use every inch of this track. See guys make it from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom, slide jobs and everything else. Eldora, one of the most popular dirt tracks out there, and for good reason. It's wide, it's fast, it's exciting. All right, here they come through 3 and 4. Pace car dives to pit road, and the green flag flies. Heat one is underway at Eldora. Oh, a little bump in mid-pack. John Rayner gets a bump, goes backwards. Mayor Bixler gets fired off right away to the lead, but not far behind is Kelly Wheeler, and Bill Calder had a problem. Bill still moving, still in the fight. Bixler and Wheeler using that higher line at the moment. Not all the way to the outside wall, but they're up now. Wheeler's going to dive to the bottom, slide job out at turn 4. Bixler now, he's going to go for it to the bottom, but he doesn't have the momentum. Wheeler holds on to the lead for the moment, right to the outside wall. That has started bringing Greg Boydell back closer. 2 laps to go in heat one. Wheeler in control. Bixler right behind him, and out of turn 4, the white flag flies. One more time around for Kelly Wheeler. He is starting to pull a bit of a gap here as they go off into 3 and 4. Bixler sends it deep, slides up, it's not enough. Wheeler wins heat one. Mayor Bixler coming home in second, Boydell in third, Rayner in fourth, and Calder rounding out the field. On to heat two, Mr. Maurer and John Tobias on the front row, Terry Landis and Armando Melgoza on the second row, Cale Bixler rounding out the field. It definitely was a great move, Chrissy, and a lot of times here at Eldora, we see that move repeated every corner. One driver slide jobs ahead, only for the driver back behind to set up and pull the same move in the next turn. I have seen a pair of drivers do that for over 10 laps every turn. Once we get to the feature, anything is possible tonight. They get the 1 to green from Barney the Flagman up in the flag stand. Here they come into 3 and 4. Pace car about to dive in. Here they go. Pace car is in. Green flag is in the air for Heat 2. Maurer gets a little bit ahead, but a little bobble. And they're almost 3 wide out of 2. Tobias up on the high side going for it. Almost had a little bit of contact with Maurer, but he holds on to it. Tobias tries to go to the high side. There may have been contact. Meanwhile, Landis, we saw him hugging that bottom in practice. He's doing it again. He doesn't have the same momentum out of the turns as that high line, but he's got enough room to run it up. And he is inching ahead as they come out of 4. Landis now has the lead. Tobias looks underneath for second. He takes it. Landis stays on the bottom. Tobias now to the high side. Armando battling for third with Maurer. Cale Bixler lurking back behind. And out of turn 4, the white flag flies one more time around. Landis has it, but Tobias just set the fastest lap. He's got one more shot on the bottom, doesn't have enough. Terry Landis will win Heat 2. Hey, good evening, Ryan. I am so sorry I missed it, buddy. Drivers heading out for warm-up. One last chance to find some speed. Landis and Tobias side by side. Well, that was the finish of Heat 2, but Tobias wasn't happy. He's trying to show Landis he is faster. This could be an epic battle in the feature. Doing good today, Sketch. Thanks, buddy. Unicorn's doing okay as well. Kelly Wheeler just set the fastest lap. These three think they're racing. They are going at it. It looks like tonight it is set for evening race. A little bit warmer, still quite a bit of humidity. We may not see the track slick off nearly as much as we usually do. Sketch, that is the plan to convoy tomorrow afternoon. Don't forget, folks, if you're on American Truck Sim, you're welcome to join us for tomorrow's afternoon convoy or Thursday evening's convoy as well at 8 Eastern. The Unicorn leads it and a lot of fun to be had. A lot of chaos, too. Just go look at our YouTube shorts. Warm-up is over. It's time for the feature from Eldora. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The main event from Eldora. Kelly Wheeler, Terry Landis on the front row. Mayor Bixler, John Tobias on the second row, Greg Boydell and Mr. Maurer on the third row, John Rayner, Cale Bixler on the fourth row, Bill Calder and Armando Melgoza round out the field. Yes, Sketch, you do cause some chaos. Everybody getting stacked up on the grid. Armando Melgoza did not make the grid. Not sure what happened with Armando. Don't forget, folks, we still have another race to go tonight. Indy Cars at Talladega. You know that's going to be fast, fun, and chaotic. Here they come down the back straightaway toward turn 3. Pace car will dive in turn 4. Pace car is in. And the green flag flies. The feature at Eldora is underway. And Mayor Bixler quickly shoots to the bottom 3 wide. They're 3 wide back behind as well. Everybody going for it on the first lap here. Out of turn. Oh, we've got one bouncing off the wall. It was Bill Calder. Hopefully he'll catch back up. The battling ahead should help. We've got one blinking toward the back of the field, and caution is out for John Rayner. Our first caution of the night. Let's check the replay on that. There's Rayner in the 302. Oh, he blinked out, and when he came back, he was sideways in the middle of 1 and 2. Everybody already stacked back up. This does help. Bill Calder is now back up with the pack. Track is starting to show some signs of slicking off coming into turn 3. As they get the 1 to green. Does look like the high line in 1 and 2 also starting to slick off. Kelly Wheeler and Terry Landis still have the front row. And here they come. Pace car is in. They fire. Green is in the air. Wheeler gets a good jump off the start. Gets clear of traffic. Now Terry Landis has both Boydell and Bixler right on his bumper. Whoa! Close call there between Boydell and Bixler, and caution is back out. Looks like Maurer involved in this one. There's Maurer coming through 3 and 4, cuts low, but a car down below, and he slams the outside wall, and the wheel left him. Maurer is on pit road getting the car repaired. But due to the fact caution laps don't count, he will be able to get back up and maintain the lead lap. Greg Boydell has made his way from 5th to 3rd since the drop of the green. Cale Bixler also up 2 spots into 6th. As Barney gives them the 1 to green, they stack back up for the restart. Maurer has caught back up, still maintains the lead lap. Pace car dives to pit road. Here they come. Green flag back in the air. Wheeler gets another great jump. The battle is on for second. Boydell versus Landis. Mayor Bixler right behind, gaining ground. And another battle back behind as Cale Bixler starts marching his way forward. But John DeBias back on the attack is now up into fifth. Boydell and Landis still battling side by side. Landis right down to the inside wall. Boydell comes lower this time. Meanwhile, Mayor Bixler on the high line, gaining on both of them. John DeBias just about a second behind is gaining ground. And while the battle for second continues, Wheeler pulls out a bit of a lead now. 0.8 of a second. As Bill Calder has had a problem back behind, and the caution is back out. And Bill has towed it in. Let's see what happened. Looks like Bill got a little loose coming out of 2. Just could not get it gathered up in time. Gets it down to the bottom, but does have to tow it in as the leaders come by. Kelly Wheeler is taking the advantage on every restart so far, but now Greg Boydell will have the outside line. He's been behind Kelly on a couple of these restarts. He might be able to anticipate the restart a little bit better. If he does, Wheeler may be in trouble. They get the 1 to green. Kelly Wheeler in control. Here they come through 3 and 4. Pace car is in and immediately firing green flag back in the air. Boydell did not see that. Oh, holy cow. A lot of banging back behind. Boydell did not anticipate that restart. Wheeler gets away. Boydell and Landis battle for second. Maurer has had a problem. He has towed it to pit road. We will not see a caution. See if we can see what happened with Maurer. It looks like he was slow out of turn 2. Something terribly wrong. Greg Boydell now into second. Landis looks low. Bixler right behind. John Tobias starting to close back up on the field. Cale Bixler right there with him. Boydell trying to hold that outside line. He does have the momentum advantage out of the turns. Whoa, but Landis slid way up that time. Now Landis going to the high line. But it may not be enough. Bixler now looking outside as well. It looked like Bixler had the momentum advantage a moment ago. Into turn 1, he gets right to Landis' bumper, but doesn't have the momentum on exit. Caution is back out. Looks like Bill Calder involved. He has towed it in. Looks like Bill had a problem coming out of turn 2. Oh, he is missing the left front wheel. Looks like he couldn't get it to pit road as he came through 3 and 4. By the time he gets to the backstretch, he pulls low. Oh, another big hit, and he tows it in. Kelly Wheeler continues to maintain the lead. Greg Boydell in second. Landis in third. Mayor Bixler in fourth. John Tobias in fifth. Cale Bixler in sixth. John Rayner in seventh. Bill Calder on pit road. Looks like Maurer out of the race, and Armando did not take the grid tonight. Less than 10 to go. They go single file for the restart. Kelly protecting that outside line as they come through 3 and 4. Pace car dives in. Kelly fires green flag. Back in the air. Landis already peeking underneath Boydell. John Tobias on the move underneath Mayor Bixler. And looked like there may have been some contact. A couple of cars slowing down. Rayner gets the wall out of two but keeps his foot in it. Landis and Boydell continue to battle it out. The same position we've seen them in all night, but Landis starting to inch ahead. And it looks like Landis is going to clear into second. With 5 to go, does Terry have enough time to close the gap on Wheeler? Kelly has an 0.8 of a second lead. But Terry already chipping away at it. Clean track, he's able to use more of it on corner exit. But still about 0.7 behind. 3 laps to go for Kelly Wheeler. And here we go. He'll get 2 to go for Kelly Wheeler, who started on the pole and has just dominated so far tonight. Landis now up into second. Boydell in third. As here they come, the white flag flies one more time around. Wheeler has a big gap, 1 second lead as he goes off into 3. And out of turn 4, Kelly Wheeler wins at Eldora. Terry Landis holds on to come home in second. Greg Boydell finishing in third. We'll talk to your top 3 here in just a moment as Kelly Wheeler takes his car up where it belongs in victory lane. Greg Boydell and Terry Landis, those two had quite a battle throughout the whole race. But Kelly Wheeler, man, he just walked away with the win tonight. And don't forget, folks, still one more race to go. The Indy cars going to Talladega. 230 plus miles an hour. When something goes wrong there, it goes wrong big time. All right, let's talk to our top 3. And we'll start with second place, Terry Landis. Terry, I gotta hand it to you. You and Greg put on one heck of a fight tonight.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah, it was fun. I'll tell you what. It's always fun running against Greg.
Well, you guys definitely put on a show. I noticed in practice you were practicing that bottom line quite a bit, and that really paid off.
Yeah, I'm like the only guy that really runs down there, so during practice I try and run it in as best I can.
Well, it definitely worked in your favor perfectly. You were able to inch ahead and take second, man. One heck of a run tonight.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah, it was fun. And congrats to Kelly. He's so fast in these things.
He definitely was, man. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Well, you for putting the show on, Doug. Um, and Mauer Farm Management, because without them we wouldn't be able to race. And C2C giving us a place to race. And all the admins behind the scenes, because without them we wouldn't be here. And Kreitz Track Parts and Boys Back KSR, Galen's Homegrown Popcorn. Use the word cart and you'll get 15% off. You and my wife Judy.
Great job, buddy.
Thanks.
Greg Boydell came home in third. Greg, you really had a ton of speed tonight and a heck of a battle with Terry.
Yeah, it was a good race.
It definitely looked like a lot of the time you had a lot of momentum up top and you were able to keep Terry in your rear view for quite a while. He just finally was able to inch it past you.
Yeah, he made the bottom line work just a tad better than I did.
Well, it definitely was an awesome race and a great battle between you two tonight. And you coming home on the podium, that's a great finish.
Yeah, overall it was a good night. The track was good. The car was working great. So, yeah, it was a good night overall.
Well, great job, man. Anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
We want to thank Steve Moyer and Moyer Farm Management and the Masked Avenger, who's, of course, looking after the next race at Talladega and the Indy cars.
Well, great job, man. Good luck at Talladega.
Thanks, Doug, and thanks for doing your thing for us once again.
My pleasure, buddy. And finally, our winner, Kelly Wheeler. Kelly, it really doesn't get more dominant than that. You had a little bit of a challenge early on, but man, once everybody settled into green flag racing, you checked out.
Yeah, it took me a few laps to get going. Had to really figure out where I wanted to run at, really.
Well, you definitely seemed early in the race to be looking around, but late in the race, it was kind of that middle to top line, most of it, and it worked really well for you.
Yeah, I tried that, that line about the end of our practice, and I knew I was quicker running that line that I was running, and I knew it would last a pretty good while because we didn't have that many cars there. So that's the reason why I kept on running it.
Well, it definitely worked in your favor, man. You checked out, had a 1 second lead at the finish, a great win. Congratulations. Is there anybody you'd like to thank tonight?
Oh, yeah. Like always, I got to thank my wife. I got to thank every one of the guys at FTM. Every time I need to know something, I can ask any of them, and they're always there to help me out. I got to thank all those guys. I got to thank Ingersoll Rand and DNS Side and Remodeling. I got to thank C2C for giving us a good place to race. And I got to thank you for doing this broadcasting. I know it's not easy for you, so, yeah, good job on you.
Well, great job. Congratulations, buddy.
Hey, thanks, sir. I appreciate it.
Kelly Wheeler gets the win at Eldora, but who's it going to be at Talladega? Folks, stick around. We'll be back in just a moment from Talladega with the Indy cars. Don't go anywhere.